jars do you need per table?
One.
One ink per table. And I need my popsicle stick. And about how much do I need on my plexiglass? Not really a lot. And I'm gonna do it in the middle because it's gonna make it a little more even. So I'm trying to spread it out kind of evenly. And then I'm putting it back in my ink jar because we only have so much ink. And then my brayer always goes on its back whenever I'm not using it. And how do you roll it?
You keep doing that and you let it spin.
You roll it and then you let it spin. And why do I do that?
So the whole thing is inked.
So the whole thing is inked. And you can go the other way. You're just trying to make sure that your ink is evenly spread out because that'll give you more of an even coat when you go to put it on your block. Do you mind handing me my block from over there, please? All right. This one. All right. So when I'm printing, I'm gonna try to go in the same direction. Because if you go back and forth, then you're just gonna keep lifting the ink back up onto your brayer. It's not gonna go onto your, foam. And like I said, the more you ink it up, the more it'll stay on there. The more the ink will stay on there. So I'm just inking it up from all my directions.
Is this your number one?
Yeah, this will be my number one. And you always want to refer to your block template for that. The one you drew next to the number one will be your number one. Alright. And then I'm going to try to line it up with the top. It's okay if it runs off the side, but I don't really want it to run off the top too much. And then I'm going to put my body kind of into it because that'll make it a little bit darker. So if you're doing both sides, like if you're alternating both sides, which you can, since it's on this kind of paper, you can go straight down with one and then do the other one, or you can go back and forth. But if you do that, just remember that you're gonna have your hand in the ink and then you're gonna have a stamp on your hand. So you can put some newspaper between your hand and the stamp if you want to, or you can just have it on your hand because it will wash off. It might just take it like a couple of times of washing your hands, but it'll come off. So then I would just keep doing that over and over, and I would ink it up every time. So yeah, I would ink it every time. And then if you end up doing it the wrong way, you can just turn it around, if that helps you. But this is the one that I want to be my one of my artist proofs. So just remember your first ones are not going to be perfectly consistent because the ink is getting settled onto your styrofoam. And if any of your styrofoam ends up coming up, like it comes unglued or anything, then you can just glue it back on. You'll just have to wait to print that side again. So I'm going to try to line this up with my other one. Let's see. I think it was this way. Okay.
You really do get a better print when you stand. Because you
You
stand.
can see a lot better.
It's darker too.
Because you can put your weight into it. So if your print is too light, then you would try to line it up as best as you can. And then reprint on top of it. And then you just keep doing that to make it darker. But your first couple prints will probably look like that. See, that's where I misregistered it. But that's okay because this is just the practice ones. You want to get to the point where they're all like this. And then you can start moving on to your to your tag board, that's what this is called, and then your colored construction paper, and there's all kinds of colors over there. So that was a reminder of how to print. And then when we're cleaning up, I'll get to that when we clean up, but. So we're gonna have our newsprint, and these are the papers you're gonna be using, and then your colored paper, and then your tag board. So if we'll all go back to our seats.